Okay, so I'm getting out my very old Mac PowerBook because I realized that the last time I did this songwriting video, I said that that Bid Into You was the first song that I worked on for this album, and that's not really true. Because there are songs on this album that I'd started working on years before, and this song, Chorus Complains, I actually started working on long before this album, long before Magnificent, actually. Probably around a little after Buckminster I started working on it. Let's see, what is the date of this? Let's see what the date of this file is. Yeah, so I created this file in 2011, June of 2011. So I've been working on this song for 5 years, almost. Now, I haven't been working on it for 5 years nonstop. I think I wrote it in 2011, and I think I remember bringing it to the band at some point, and it just didn't seem to work, and I just put it aside for a long time. And when I started working on Zastra, I started thinking about that song again, so I dug it up and sort of refurbished it. Also, the themes of the song seemed to work with the themes of the album, and then I added some more lyrics. But the lyrics I had first written basically remained. There's some that I didn't keep, and I changed it a little bit, but it's basically the same lyrics that I started off with. When the movie complains about the audience's lack of taste, and the chorus refrains from singing along to the words it contains. I know it's hard to be elegant when you're born young and recalcitrant, but we're here to stay, and now we know nothing to. Now we know it's you. Now we know it's you. Now we know it. We're gonna sink like California. We're gonna kill the aurora borealis. A lot of the lyrics that are in the final version are in the very first demo from 2011. You can also hear some nonsense words that I'm singing because I don't really know what I'm gonna sing in there, and there's some different lyrics as well. Some weird lyrics. I actually use the word recalcitrant in the song, which seems really pretentious, but I do like that I put it in there. I didn't make it to the end, but I'm kind of proud of myself for using recalcitrant in a song. Alright, this is GarageBand circa, 2015, 2014. It's pretty up to date. And this is where I first started working on Chorus Complains for the album. Let's listen to what this sounds like. I think the most notable difference between that 2011 demo and this demo is the addition of a lot more tracks. In particular, the addition of the synth, which I think sounds pretty good on this demo. In some ways, I kind of like it better than the final version, but it's pretty synth heavy in the demo version. There's also some missing lyrics in the 2015 GarageBand demo. That pre-chorus part that goes, "We'll breathe it in and breathe it out. We'll make do or do without." That doesn't appear until the final version of the song. So in the very original 2011 version of this song, the first half of the chorus is the same. I didn't write the second half until 2014 or 15. There's also extra lyrics during the bridge part, which has no lyrics in the final version. Just never put those in. It seemed like, I think at the time, going from this GarageBand demo to the final version, just seemed like it was a good part not to have any singing. It was just, an instrumental part. It seemed appropriate at that time. So it just took those lyrics out. And I mean, like most of these songs, when we go into the final version, there's just gonna be a ton more tracks. There's a lot of tracks on this GarageBand demo, but they really multiply in the end. All right, let's take a listen to the final version of the song. First of all, I think the final version is much more guitar heavy than the demo itself. The guitar is in the forefront and the synths are sort of in the background. They're still there. Kind of regret doing that because I really like the way it sounds on the demo.
The audience's lack of taste and the chorus refrains from singing along to the words it contains.
Okay, so important to note that the first part of the song, the verses, that is all electronic drums. Those are fake drums. In this version, the final version, Nate programmed those drums, and in the demo version, they're all fake. I use the GarageBand Logic drummer program to make them. But in this final version, Nate replaced them with his own electronic drums. But that's only for the verses. In the chorus, we go to real drums that we recorded, and hopefully. It was seamless. I don't think it's totally seamless, but I think it works. There's a lot more vocals going on in the chorus. There is like an actual chorus of vocals happening in the chorus. And I really like that sound of just a ton of people singing and a bunch of different harmonies going on. It just sounds real big to me. And I really wanted the vocals to sound as big as the instruments happening on these songs. So that was just one way to do it. It was just to make a bunch of vocal tracks and a bunch of harmonies happening. So you'll hear there that those lyrics are there in the final version. They're not in the GarageBand demo of 2015 or the 2011 one. They were kind of a last-minute lyric addition. And fun fact, it's an old Protestant saying that I came across at some point that I liked the idea of. It seemed to fit with the theme of the album. The idea of, sort of being environmental and sustainable, although I don't think the Protestants were really thinking that way. It was more about being cheap, or at least, not caring about materialistic things and being austere. But it's more of like, I like the sort of environmental message that it seems to imply, or at least there's a more modern interpretation to it that I like better than the original interpretation. And most notably, this song ends with a really long sort of drone synth thing happening. I've been really interested in sort of drone-y, experimental, ambient music for a while now, and I really wanted to somehow incorporate that into a more traditional song somehow. And so I just kind of added it to the end of this song, which seems to make sense because there is a ton of like synth happening in it, and it just. Whenever I did a synth line through this, I would just kind of hold on to the note at the end and sort of mess around for whatever it is, like 2 or 3 minutes at the end. And I just left it in. I don't know. It works for me. I don't know if a lot of people probably just skip over that end to get to the next song. Okay, so that's how you write a song in 5 years. So if you guys have any questions, or if you want me to talk about any song in particular, let me know in the comments. Or if you want me to go on about something that I didn't talk about, let me know. Because I'm often sort of glossing over a lot of things when I make these videos. Anyway, thanks for watching.